Today I got a quick video for you, and it's all about my little 4-string stick dulcimer. So this thing is not complicated. The story starts with a cedar tree that was in my front yard. When I bought the house, it was being used as a flagpole. It was already dead. It was already stripped of all of its branches. And I was weeding the garden bed around it one day this past summer, and the whole thing wobbled. So I gave it a push, the whole thing came down, and I had a cedar log that I had to do something with. So part of what I did with it was made this thing. This is actually the first piece of wood that I ever milled from a log into a board. It didn't come out too bad, especially considering that I was just trying to do a little CGB kind of thing with it like this. Everything on this is reclaimed. The neck was a piece of 2x3 that was left over from another project. The fretboard is a piece of red pine that came out of one of my demo projects in my house. The tuners were from a guitar that I pulled off and upgraded. This bridge is the other half of a set that I used the tailpiece for one of my other builds. This is, as you can see, a half of a P-bass pickup that I used as the singular 4-string pickup. P-bass pickups being basically a humbucking set. You've got reverse wound, reverse polarity pickups, and each of them has 4 pole pieces. They actually work really well as pickups for 4-string guitars. In fact, what I was going to do, which I did not end up doing, I saved a little bit of time to get the project done, is I was going to use one half of the P-bass pickup as the neck pickup and one half as the bridge pickup. With a 3-way switch, I would have gotten 2 pickups out of 1, and then when they were in the both on position, you would get humbucking capabilities. I simplified it, as you can see here. I also did not add a tone control. I just did a volume control and nothing else on it. Volume knob even coming from one of my old amps that I dismantled. And then the tailpiece is just a normal hinge that I drilled holes for the strings. Now, as far as what this thing actually is, it is a 4-string dulcimer, which means that it is diatonically fretted rather than chromatically fretted. So this is basically the junior version to the 6-string dulcitar that I made out of that black Strat a few videos ago. Of course, I bothered calling that one a dulcitar while this one is a dulcimer, because this one is a little closer to the origin instrument, being generally 3 or 4 strings, that being a 6-string with a full guitar scale. This is tuned to an open D, D-A-D-D, and you can't play a wrong note on it. This black fret here is your octave fret. It would be the 12th fret. On a guitar, it's the 7th here. And then the only thing to really remember is that on the strings tuned to the 5th, the 6th fret is actually a flat 5th to your scale. Everything else is a D major scale. Eventually I'll make some sort of video talking about the theory behind playing these and all that. Like I said, you can't really hit a wrong note. Everything here is in the major scale. So it's going to be the major scale in whatever key you've got it tuned in. So here it's going to always be in D major with the addition of that flat 5th that I mentioned earlier. Now, because these top 2 strings are tuned the same, you're going to get a little bit of a chorusy effect from it, and you're going to get that kind of open woody sound as well. Could actually put a thicker gauge set of strings on this and tune it down an octave so that it would actually be the D-A-D that you would be used to for the drop D tuning on a guitar, and then give it the chorus string here. Could have some interesting results for sure, especially when it comes to adding distortion to it, which is a fun thing I like to do. That's really all there is to this thing. Little 4-string, diatonically fretted, 1 pickup, 1 volume control, stick dulcimer. I'm going to be working on making more of these in the future. In fact, I've got one in the works right now that is a flying V shape. It is also made entirely of reclaimed goods. And I've got a few other guitars in the works, but I do believe that my next video is going to be an unboxing of a new distortion pedal that I just picked up the other day as part of a cheap starter pedal board setup that I'm building for my son. So stick around and check it out. Oh, and the picks that I was using in this video are these picks that I've been making out of vinyl records, and I've made them available on my Etsy shop. So if you want to check that out, for $8 you get 6 of these. They still have the grooves from the vinyl records on them. I round over the edges. They're pretty comfortable to play. They're pretty resilient. Go check it out. Link's in the bio.